Apparently, a fourth installment of the popular franchise has been secretly filmed. Rumor has it that the new film will feature a new Christian Grey. Let's go through everything we know about 50 Shades 5, aka ANTICLIMAX. Mr. Grey has been entertaining us for years, and it looks like he'll be back on our screen soon. But this time, he'll be portrayed by another actor. Hearing this news was a bit weird for me, because Jamie Dornan was a big part of the franchise's popularity and success. The final book of the series, 50 Shades of Grey, as told by Christian, which serves as the prequel in the story and follows Anna and Christian's love story from the perspective of Christian, was released on June 1st, 2021. It's been over a year since the release, with fans all over the world waiting for a screen adaptation. Both Jamie Dornan and Dakota Johnson's careers were launched once they starred in the franchise. They practically became household names after getting cast in the trilogy. Over the years, rumors about the creators making the fifth installment circulated on the internet, but Dornan stated that he won't ever do a movie like 50 Shades. For those not familiar, the famous and quite steamy movie trilogy is based on E.L. James's best-selling novels of the same name. Once the author was done writing the story, she decided to give it another try and thus wrote the fourth book, in which she retells the story from an entirely different perspective. Jamie Dornan, who starred as the dashing Christian Grey, has been quite open regarding his role in these movies. Back in 2020, he did an interview with Variety, and when he got asked whether he fears being typecast after playing Christian Grey in the 50 Shades movie trilogy, Dornan stated that no, he doesn't feel as if being typecast would be an issue for him, because, as he said, the trilogy is pretty unique, and there aren't plenty of films about a millionaire being involved in BDSM. Well, he's right about that. Quote, "I've never done anything close to since, and probably never will again, because it's kind of its own thing. It's like we did it. It lived in its own world, and it was a very big world, and a lot of people cared about it. But it's kind of like, that was it. Okay, but what about his departure from the franchise? Well, it's simple. The actor thinks he's done his part for the franchise, and he now wants to focus on other roles. Perhaps more challenging ones?
You can make it. Don't slow down. Head south. Get us home.
But directors nowadays don't really care about the cast, and they are quick to go through a recast if an actor is no longer interested in the project. The thing with this franchise is that even though it faced a lot of negative reviews, it did pretty well box office-wise. And the one thing film creators care the most about is, yep, you guessed it, money. The very first part of the trilogy was made with a budget of $40 million and went on to earn a whopping $571 million. The total production budget of all three movies was $150 million, and the series has earned over $1.32 billion, making it the seventh highest grossing R-rated franchise of all time. In a world where sequels, prequels, threequels, remakes, and reboots prevail, it would be unfortunate if the creators of 50 Shades don't make yet another continuation.
Go ahead, take the shot.
Is Ian Summerholder replacing Jamie Dornan? Imagine a film in which Damon from TVD takes the role of Christian Grey. It just feels wrong, even though the actor is a good fit for the character. According to Ian, it's time for you to smash that like button if you haven't done so already! With rumors about 50 Shades 5 being made, and Jamie Dornan determined not to do a comeback, could Ian Summerholder replace him? I mean, Ian is an extremely talented actor, and he would most definitely bring a good performance, meaning that we have nothing to lose here, and we might as well enjoy a new film with a new actor. Now, let's go back to the before-mentioned novel that author E.L. James released based on the series simply called Grey. Way before Dornan got cast in the franchise, many fans wished for the Vampire Diaries' Ian Summerholder to be cast as Grey. There were also some rumors suggesting that he got the part of Jack Hyde, Anastasia Steele's boss in 50 Shades Darker.
We should totally hit the sauna together.
Totally. Let's I met her.
Now, let's get into more details regarding 50 Shades 5 ANTICLIMAX, shall we? Okay, so if the rumors about the creators making 50 Shades 5 turn out to be true, what kind of direction will the film go? E.L. James, the British author that wrote the fourth book, wrote the final installment from Grey's perspective. Does this mean that the fifth movie will use a repetitive plot and with more scenes that will include Grey? Is there a chance that we'll learn more about him? Anna and Grey get married in 50 Shades Freed, which means we're getting a second wedding in this new book. James said the following when she released her book, quote, "This story has been a labor of love, one that my readers have been eagerly awaiting," she said in a press release, adding, quote, "For me, just as for Anastasia Steele, Christian is a challenging, infuriating, and endlessly fascinating character. Living in his head is exhausting, but I got to explore aspects of his life in Freed that we only glimpsed in the original trilogy, and to follow his emotional growth in response to Anna's love and compassion."
Oh. I'm so sorry.
If the fifth installment is based on this book, the project will serve as a prequel rather than a direct continuation of the last movie. Doing a prequel about Christian's life doesn't seem like a bad idea after all. In an interview with People, Marcia Gay Harden, who plays Grace, Christian's adoptive mother, talked about the possibility of the studio making a screen adaptation of Grey, 50 Shades of Grey as told by Christian, saying, quote, "I'm trying to now think about what would Christian's point of view be? Would Mom even be in it? She rescued him. She was a doctor. She rescued him. I don't know. Would I be in it? Yeah, sure. I'm game." Rita Ora, who plays Mia Grey in the movies, told Us Magazine that she's on board for another film as she would gladly return to reprise her role. She also suggested that the next movie could be made about her character. In an interview with Kiss FM, Ora mentioned something about a sequel in which her character gets kidnapped, and there's a whole thing that happens. Quote, "I'm not spoiling it because the book is already out."
Hey, what's going on?
This feels a bit like 365 Days, and yes, I would gladly watch it. Do you guys think 50 Shades deserves to go beyond its third installment? Could you just do me a favor? Smash the subscribe button and notification bell. You know, just so you don't miss any of our videos in the future. I hope we get a Christmas gift in the form of 50 Shades 5. Do you? See you in the next video.